After all this preparation, if I go and it's like there's no rain or hail or like storms or snow or blizzarding, I feel like I'm going to want my money back. At the same time, no, because that'll be great. Like a mild winter is fantastic for everybody. I got my tickets, so everything's happening. Welcome back to the vlog. My name is Rebecca and I am starting a PhD this fall. Yay! So today's vlog is just going to be a day in the life. I had a class and a couple of meetings with students this morning, finishing up my work over here, and then I'm basically all ready to start packing and getting ready to move. So I've been stocking up on winter essentials. Some were from my previous year that I spent one winter in Ireland. Clearly an expert on winter clothing, but especially for someone going from a warm country to a cold country, my two favorite stores this year have been Uniqlo and Decathlon. They're available all around the world and they have good deals and they have good products, in my opinion. So I've been like keeping an eye on what's on sale, what's the usual price, and then getting the thing that I want when it's at a bargain. Of course, sometimes, you still need to get the thing, it may not be on a bargain. That's okay, just get it. But if you can keep an eye, like visit the store every couple of months or every month or so, then you can sort of gradually build up a collection. And then you'll have enough, and you don't need to overdo it because you're going to stay in a country where there's winter, and thus you can actually buy winter clothes there. So let's start with some of the basic essentials. I have here my Kashmir shawls. These are from my grandmas that I got when they passed away from their collection, so I didn't have to buy any. These are very, very, very warm and thick. You can wrap them around yourself. You can tie them around your neck. You can even tie them into a head wrap, which I like to do. When it's really cold, you give yourself a really nice toasty wrap for your head. Perfect. So this scarf is made of wool and it's very nicely like fleecy, so I think it will be pretty warm because it's making me sweat already. These I got, and you can get them in H&M and what's called pennies in Ireland and the UK, and I got these I think at Pennies. They come in different numbers, so 60, there's like 40 and 60, which are in the lower end of warm, so not super thick, and then they go up to like 120, 150. So it really depends on the weather, how many like denier you want to get, how thick you want to get your tights / stockings. I'm very simple, I just got them black, but they're so nice because I like to wear skirts. I feel cute and pretty in them, and they just give me a lot more option, and I don't feel cold when I'm wearing these tights with a skirt. I just don't. They're amazing. You can also get thermal tights from Uniqlo. So I'll just show you what I have here. This isn't from Uniqlo. This was actually from my grandma who passed away. And then I realized after I've been wearing them a while, they were from Universal Traveler. And these are thermal, like kind of like yoga pants. So they're like this, the end here. Whereas the tights or stockings come with the foot. So you can have either of these. You can wear them under pants, you can wear them under dresses and skirts, and they keep you very, very, very nice and warm. I don't know in North America whether they sell these things. I assume they do because they have worse winters than Europe does in some places. But my little collection, and I have a couple more of, like, this is 80. This is going to be very, very, very helpful. I'm probably going to wear them a whole lot, especially because I like to wear dresses and skirts a lot. And then I have these. So Uniqlo has a whole collection of thermal like undershirts, and they're very nice. This one is more fleecy and it comes with like a turtleneck. So it's a turtleneck undershirt, and it's a turtleneck undershirt from their ultra heat tech collection. No label, but this one is fleecy and warm. I don't know, like, you know, you can probably wear it on its own, especially since it's a turtleneck. Probably gonna be wearing it. We'll see how I like these, but I also have some normal ones, like in just basic colors like white, black, blue, and these are good for very, very cold days in the winter if you're going skiing. Some of them are more like smooth textured or like t-shirt textured, and some of them are more fleecy. So these are the fleecy ones, and I got them on sale like a couple of months ago. I generally find that Uniqlo's heat tech, whether it's ultra warm or just normal, were pretty effective and helpful for me. There is quite a lot of winter stuff in here, including a really, really big, nice winter coat. So here is my Uniqlo winter coat. Let's see. This is my piece de la resistance, and it is so warm. It is perfect for the snowiest, coldest days, and I've had it a couple of years, so I don't have to buy a whole new big winter coat. It depends on where you're going, whether you need something this huge and this warm. Like this is like perhaps overkill for some places, but I got it a couple of years ago, and then we went on like skiing vacation, winter vacation, Christmas markets, Alps, everything. So this was absolutely perfect. It's huge, it's long. I do like things a little bit longer, then I can wear them with nice warm leggings, and it's kind of like still a little bit of a dress. It's got faux fur. It's lasted really well. Got it on sale at Uniqlo after the winter season. It has a nice little belt that I can tie around my waist, and it is poofy, but it also rolls up really well, just like all like the Uniqlo down jackets. They just roll up very well. I don't wash it too often. I do after trips, so it has lasted for quite a while already, and it's been very well worn, and when it wears out, I'll just replace it with something very similar. The other thing that I really like is that unlike everything else, it's not gray or dark green or black. It's a nice, fun, bright color. I have Decathlon and Uniqlo are my go-tos. So this is a brand new Decathlon raincoat that's coming as well. And this was on sale at Uniqlo. It's a smaller, lighter winter coat that's shorter as well. So I'm just making sure that this lighter down coat goes under the raincoat, because this one isn't waterproof, but it is really light, and it can be compressed into just a teeny little like sphere. So it's very nice to have it in your bag. I would say this isn't for like the super cold dead of winter, but this will be good for like the slightly colder days, slightly less cold days in winter. I don't know what it's going to be in terms of like warmth and cold. I could be like way over preparing just for like every single eventuality, like rain plus cold plus wind, because that's what we had in Ireland. We would walk out 1 hour to campus through like semi-rural like fields from the little town, and it was uphill and then downhill, and there would be hail, and there'll be like winter rain. I'm guessing snow isn't that as wet as hail and rain, but the Irish winds, like the first day when we touched down, the winds were like blowing our luggage across the car park. So I am prepared. This Decathlon raincoat that I just got is not just for cold weather, and I think I'm going to have a lot of use for it. It's like kind of rubbery on the inside, and all the seams are taped, so that's going to ensure everything is just really nice and cozy. So there's like you can zip up, there's a drawstring, and you can draw up the hood, so you can pull it down. It's actually significantly long because I like wearing like skirts like this, and so when you have a longer coat, if it rains really badly, you don't really have to wear anything on your legs because you're mostly covered. You just need to have waterproof shoes and a longer waterproof coat and you're fine. Like the coldest day where it rains for 12 hours in Ireland, I can walk for 1 or 2 hours in the rain and I'll be completely fine as long as I have a long waterproof coat and waterproof shoes. And there's also like a nice little belt to cinch it in so that you don't look like a big poofy shape of nothingness. At the back here, there's this nice little trench coat feature, and there's netting underneath. So the rain is not going to get inside, but you do have some ventilation. I much prefer wearing hats or scarves to hoods. So a nice winter, my standard favorite beret is probably going to be nicer. This is one of the fleeces. So fleeces are really good to wear under winter coats. They're also good as layers because you want to layer because you have to take stuff off. It fits and it's from Decathlon and it's brand new and it was on a really good sale. And it has zipped up pockets. And I'm feeling really, really hot right now. Not that kind of hot. And this is a Gap jacket I've had since I was like 10 that still fits and it's really good quality and warm. They just don't make things like they used to, do they? What I like about this is that it is stretchy and quite fitting, and it will be nice to have clothes that actually fit me this time around. The last time I wore clothes that were just way too enormously big, my shoes somehow expanded and so I looked like a little like duck. And then I had a winter coat from my late grandma that was waterproof and really warm but also enormous, and I wore that the entire winter everywhere. And the pocket tore out and I still wore it because I wasn't going to buy another one. And then I had these winter gloves that were gray and woolly, and the fingers were 1 inch longer than my own fingers, so I look like that sausage fingered lady in like the Everywhere Everything movie. So I'm planning ahead this time and buying things that are affordable, that are of good quality, and they're going to be warm and practical. So that's really nice. This is not my entire collection, but this is the bulk of it, and it weighs just under 10 pounds, and I have 100 pounds. So not bad. So I expect to do a lot of walking as a student, probably not as much as in Ireland and not in that kind of like freezing, hailing, torrential rain. But there you go. So these were the shoes that I wore in Ireland. I actually bought them there, and I had a similar pair that I brought from here to there. Sports Direct sells this brand called Carrymore. It has the British flag on it. They're not bad. These are actually for kids, but somehow they just expanded in size and they became too enormously big. Like if you look at this pair of shoes that I now wear next to this is so much bigger, and that actually gave me back pain on a later vacation to London because they were not fitting right. So I'm gonna have to do something about these. But what I like about them is that they are waterproof and they're very good in terms of like walking in cold weather and in rainy weather. I suppose because they were literally made for the British Isles. Then here we have Clarks. So these walking shoes I got when I came back. I really like them so much. They're they're like foamy and airy on the inside, and so they are like cushiony soles. Inside, foamy. Now these are hard. They weren't uncomfortable, they were just the wrong size. For whatever reason, I bought them the right size and they expanded. But these Clark shoes, I bought them. I've worn them to the Alps in Switzerland and Italy, and they were totally fine. Can be slightly slippery on ice because they're not, you can see the soles, they're just walking shoes, but they work. They are warm, they don't get wet, and they are cushioned, and you can see the size difference if you look from the top. I'm probably going to wear these most of the time. Now, we were expecting to go on another vacation, but we're not going on it now. But I did get this from Decathlon because it was on sale. Decathlon is a French brand of sports and active wear. So these are winter hiking boots, and these are waterproof, and they are padded. It's firm on the inside, it's not like foamy, but they are padded in the sense of being very, very furry, and they are so comfortable. I like shoes that are comfortable straight off the bat. These are hiking shoes, so they can be tied up pretty high, right up to here, and they're gonna be good for I guess more intense hiking, winter. I think they're a little bit hot to wear now. So I literally just wear these normal socks from Sports Direct, same place I got this. They're just normal sports socks. There's nothing particularly warm about them, and these plus these were perfectly fine in the Irish weather. But I do have a couple of like warm cozy winter socks. These are some special Irish meat socks with dogs on it that my auntie Bridget got from Ireland and sent over. She also got me a hot water bottle, so I'll be bringing that. So maybe it's like a teeny bit of overkill, some of these things, but bear in mind I've been collecting them for a couple of years and I've been using them. I definitely took all-weather preparedness, perhaps to an extreme, and perhaps I still do, but then you're prepared for anything and you're not stuck somewhere cold and miserable and hungry. I remember having to cross town to get to the bus station because I needed to get on this 4-hour bus to get to Dublin for my flight. And it was December, like just before Christmas, and it was hailing. It was one of the worst hailstorms of the entire year, and the hail was just beating down on you. You could barely see across the street. All the shops were just like basically closed. There were no cars. It was a very, very dramatic hailstorm, and yet I didn't really get cold or wet because I had on a good waterproof jacket and good waterproof shoes, though my socks did get a little wet and stinky. So to be prepared for all weather, make sure that you have something to cover your head, a nice waterproof jacket or raincoat that's long. I hate waterproof pants because they're really, really ugly, but if you get water resistant or like fast drying leggings or pants, that probably works. Or just get the waterproof pants. I know people who got the waterproof pants and never wore them, like wore them once, and you don't really need them. So in my opinion, not so essential if you have a longer raincoat or winter coat, which is why my raincoat and my winter coat are both long. And then waterproof shoes that are not slippery. So that's my approach. That's what I am prepared for. The worst possible thing, I think, in my opinion, is not piles of snow, because snow is cold and dry. It's when it is so cold and the wind is like whooshing across in Ireland, right? The wind is whooshing across and it's freezing and so wet. The level of preparedness I currently have is the same, prepared, but also the thing that I have kept in mind this time is to buy my own clothes. I'm wearing my own gloves that fit my own fingers and not some huge man's glove. I laugh now, but it just simply never occurred to me in my head to spend the money and get gloves that fit. And I'm silly like that. I'm just silly.
I'm still a penny pincher. I'm just a more prepared penny pincher. So I penny pinch in advance by buying things when they are marked down and on a bargain. Which is why I have all my winter clothes prepped 3-4 months in advance. Actually, no. It is May, and I'm prepared for next January. As far as the downsides to my approach, I would say that I have like travel, hiking, and the countryside in mind when I think of winter. Again, because it was Ireland and you had to walk past cow fields and hedges to get to college. So I approach it like I would go to the hiking aisle of Decathlon. Uh, to get things, and I'm thinking of all weather, I'm thinking of emergencies, and yeah. So you might want to get, when you get to your destination, you might want to get some prettier winter clothes, or if you can find them before you get there. So if you're somewhere fancier, you want to look a little nicer, you probably would have more formal, dressier winter gear than I have, and I might find that I need to get formal, dressier outdoor gear just so that you don't arrive at places looking like you just got back from a ski trip or something. I would say that preparedness is gold, and so being prepared and having the things that you really need for the worst weather ahead of time, that's what I'm doing anyway.